Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of the Horror Movie Maniacs podcast.
Yep.
I am one of your hosts, Ben, and I'm here with my co-host Grant.
What's
Grant, hello,
happening?
how are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right, actually. I've got a what is this? Cosmopolitan flavored cider. I don't know why,
Oh,
but that's what I've got.
well, that's pretty cool. So you're definitely all right.
I'm feeling a bit fruity today.
Yeah? Do you want to know what I've
No.
got?
No.
Fair enough. Let's carry on.
Tell me, what
Well,
have you got?
I'm gonna tell you anyway. It's not as exciting as yours. I have lemon squash.
If I'm honest, it looks like cloudy piss.
I mean, it could
Does
be.
I mean almost arguably a bit milky.
I mean, I'm calling it lemon squash, but you
Is
can
your
make of it
like
what you will.
lemon? Is your squash to water ratio like 9 parts squash to 1 part water? Is it more syrup?
Pretty much. I do like it strong. Yeah. So
Yeah, Ben, why are we here? Come on, come on, come on.
pretty tangy. We are here, Grant, to chat about the 2017 film, The Ritual.
Oh no, that's a good time, isn't it?
It is a good time, yes. So,
Because this is
um,
just top tier.
yeah, it really is. And it's one we've
If
wanted to do for a little while,
Yeah,
isn't it, really? And I think I
yeah,
held it up a bit because I was attempting to read the book, wasn't I? And I kept stalling.
yeah. I
So
did the smart thing and played the audiobook. So
you did. So yeah, we're going to do a little comparison between the two at times. We're not going to do a full deep dive of the book, but we're just going to compare them now and again.
yeah, because there's like I'm not going to go into it now, but off the top of my head, there's like two major differences from what I can remember. You probably remember better than me, but
No, I was going to say the two major differences as well. So we're on the
yeah.
same page. Hooray.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even plan that. So funny. Oh my God. We should do this for a living, me and you.
If only we could get fucking paid for it, it'd be great, wouldn't it?
Come on, wouldn't it just?
I
Anyway,
want
moving
to, a
on.
couple of people, I want to quit my day job and just be a rich podcaster. So could you all just stop being really selfish and just give us loads of money? Thanks.
Give you money. So you're
Yeah.
just resorting to begging now, are you, Grant?
No, I'm not begging. I'm almost demanding.
Oh, fair. Okay.
No, I'm only joking, kind of.
Yeah.
Um,
Right. Right. Before we crack on chatting about the ritual, let's roll the trailer.
Rob would have loved this place. He's a good man. The best of us.
You know, they have walking trails in England. Pubs.
Come on, man. Where's your soul?
It's twisted. It's twisted.
All right, yep. Easy. Look, we go southwest through here. We cut the journey in half.
What, through the forest?
Yeah, why not?
I should have gone to Vegas.
Oh, you'd have found something to fall over in Vegas too, mate. Now, is it me, or is it really quiet in here?
It's been gutted. Could be hunters out here. Bait, possibly. Or it's the bit they don't show you in the nature documentary. It's a warning.
We shouldn't be here. Where the hell are we, Hutch?
We should pitch the tents.
This is ridiculous, man.
Luke, you're getting soaked.
You hear that?
No, I didn't hear anything. Come on.
So we're going to talk about it then or not?
It was a nightmare, Phil.
Well, what happened to you then?
We got spooked and we had bad dreams, all right?
I woke up last night.
Look at this.
Nothing has done that to you. You've done it to yourself.
Why do you have to deny everything
Because
I say?
I do not value your judgment.
We need to be working together, man.
Oh my God!
What the fuck is that?
Fucking hell, we don't know where we are!
Well, there you go. It's the trailer.
there it was.
There it was. That is the trailer. Yes.
Do you want a synopsis?
Yeah, go for it. Hit me.
Oh, it's fine. These synopses are a bit crap. But anyway. Maybe
usually.
it's just IMDb, actually. They normally have pretty crap
No,
synopsis.
no,
Anyway.
I think Google's pretty crap as well.
Oh,
So
okay. Anyway, a group of old college friends reunite for a trip to the most dangerous country in Europe, Sweden, encountering a menacing presence there. Well, there's no grammar. Encountering a menacing presence there, stalking them. I
is that it?
mean, yeah.
Okay. I
I
mean,
mean, I
that
guess
is
it tells a story. It's a bit underwhelming.
yeah. The story is pretty basic, isn't it? I would say, but
Which I actually, do you know what? I think that's absolute crap, to be honest, because I don't like movies where there's like that sort of like stalking you and watch your every move and stuff, and that
okay.
doesn't match what the actual film's like, in my opinion.
No,
So
yeah, I'd kind of agree. Also, is Sweden really the most dangerous country in Europe?
I feel like they're trying to be ironic there.
Okay, yeah, because that went over my head if they were, but
But I equally
yeah.
thought for some reason this was in Norway. I don't know why.
Oh, fair enough. Do you want a
I
little
don't know.
fact already? A little fun fact?
You bet your ass I do.
So it's supposed to be the King's Trail in northern Sweden,
Okay.
and it did have a Swedish name somewhere, which I should have
Meatball.
wrote down. I should have wrote down, but it was
Surströmmen.
actually it was no, it was not. Hang on, I think I did write down
I know where it was filmed.
Kungsleden.
Kungsleden. Ah, yes, I'm very
Kungsleden.
familiar.
There you go. So if anyone is listening from Sweden and I've mispronounced that, I do apologise. But it
Also,
was
I want a
actually,
tin of Surströmmen. I want to try it and see how bad it actually is. So, if there are
what
any
was
Swedish
that?
listeners, send it. Do you ever had that fermented fish? It's like world famous.
No, I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, like if you, as soon as you open the can, it hisses and it's like fizzy, and
Oh
it's
wow,
the
okay.
most foulest smelling, like foulest tasting thing in the world. But it's a delicacy, I believe, from Sweden. I could be wrong on that, but I know it's around that area.
We need to hunt that down and try it and put it on YouTube.
Oh, if you look it up on YouTube and stuff, see people doing it. It's that people are like physically vomiting just from the smell. But I just want to
Really? Oh,
try it.
you're definitely doing that then. Yeah, for
I
sure.
just want to see how bad it actually is.
Yeah, yeah. Now you got me intrigued. But it wasn't
Hmm.
actually filmed in Sweden. So,
No, I know where it was filmed.
oh, go on.
Bognor Regis. No, it was filmed in Romania.
Yes, it was indeed. There you go. So,
What was wrong with
little
Sweden, eh?
interesting fact. Yeah, I don't know. But
I blame Rafe.
it's his fault. Right. Shall we crack on? Shall we do a quick run through of what happens? Chat,
Damn straight we will.
chat about the story. So it opens with the four guys in the pub, doesn't it, basically?
Yeah, and I immediately disliked Dom.
Really? What? Oh, yeah.
I
I can't think what he says, but he says something quite.
I don't even know. He's a real he, not the guy himself. He plays a brilliant character, and it's
Yeah, he
exactly
does.
what he needed to be. But
Yeah.
he was the most annoying person there. Although I didn't like
Yeah.
Phil either, because Phil didn't really do anything.
No, he was Phil. Phil was the one who was a bit more sort of supernatural. He kept warning them about all the sort of strange goings on, didn't he?
Yeah.
Dom's like the moaner, isn't he? Any little
Ugh.
thing that goes wrong, he has a moan about it.
It was it. Did you get my
Um,
crisps or something? Or
Yeah.
pork scratching, something like that.
Oh
It was.
yeah, yeah. And he says, "No, you're not allowed them because you're a fat bastard," or something. Didn't he?
Oh yeah, he
Something
said
like
the
that.
bartender said no, you're not allowed them.
Yeah, yeah. There's a
That's
lot
funny.
of lad like culture and banter and stuff going on, isn't there? To start with.
But I do like you get it straight away that they're olding now, and they obviously always go away on like an annual or whatever holiday, but they're sort of getting old and can't be asked to do the regular, so they're trying to be inventive and do something different.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. They're chatting about it, weren't they? And what's it, Luke? And I think he goes, "Oh, let's go to Ibiza," and they're all like, "Oh God, no!" Get out.
Mm. In fairness,
Nothing they
my idea,
mention.
if I was in that group of friends, a hiking across Europe or whatever, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'd agree actually,
I'd
but
be
then
well up for that.
I'm getting on, and I'm getting old. So
Oh, the thought
you
of
know,
Ibiza makes me feel tired.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Me too. I'm not that party animal anymore. But
And I can't
yeah,
stand
I
house
can.
music, so
Yeah, same. Good point. But yeah, so they don't agree in the end, do they?
no,
They don't.
no,
I
but
think does Rob mentioned something about hiking in Sweden, doesn't he? Basically,
is that the guy who is Rob the one that we don't see much of, if you know what I mean?
yes, yes,
Right,
yes,
got
yes,
it.
yes. So I think they sort of and ah over that, don't they? They rib him because it sounds a bit
Mm.
old and all that. But Luke's struggling to grow up, basically, isn't he? He's stuck
Yeah.
in his head. He's still like 18 to 24. Or
Yeah,
whatever
because
he
he
is.
I'm not jumping ahead, but he's like, oh, should we get a bottle after the pub? He goes in there, grabs
Yeah.
a bottle of vodka. The rest of them are just like, no, Got work
Yeah,
tomorrow.
no. That's a perfect scene to move on to. That is literally what happens next, isn't
Yeah,
it? So,
that would be me.
and
I feel like
then
I'd be the Luke.
no, I
Once you've
don't
got
know,
a
man.
taste for
I
it, you
don't
want to
know.
get going, don't you? I'm like a few
Yeah,
beers.
yeah,
Let's
that's true.
let's keep this train going.
Yeah, yeah. Don't think I'd move on to the vodka these days, though.
No, not vodka. More beers.
Tequila, no.
But I do like tequila.
Rum's good. But no, he pops in the shop, doesn't he? He's like, "Who's coming with me? Who's
Mm.
coming with me?" And he's like, "Do you want any sweets?" He's almost taking the piss out of them, and a bit still.
Yeah,
and,
he
um,
really is.
and
Yeah.
then Rob decides to go in with him, and yeah, he's fucking Luke's looking for the vodka, and whatever's cheapest.
It's a
Blah,
bad
blah.
choice, that wasn't it?
It was because then they noticed that girl, didn't they, cowering behind the counter,
I
and
do question their reaction times on this.
yeah, yeah, it was a little slow.
Very
Took them
slow
a
to the
minute.
part. And also,
Took them a minute.
they're in the. Well, I don't know where that film is set. I guess central, not the film, but that scene, central London-esque. It looks like.
Yeah,
Who's going into a central London shop and robbing them with machetes, and no one else is noticed?
God knows, but it wouldn't work, would it, if someone caught them straight away?
Oh, I don't know.
Because then we get the catalyst for the whole film, don't we?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I
So
just think like a different off license, somewhere a bit more off the main road would have made more sense. Anyway, I'm being
yeah,
picky. I'm being picky.
you're being very picky. Yes.
I've seen it too many times.
Yeah. So yeah, the shop gets robbed, and the robbers, the attackers, start having a go at Rob.
Yeah, he's an
Luke's mate.
idiot. He is.
Which
He
what,
deserved to
Rob?
be macheted. Yeah.
Really? What? That's
Yeah,
harsh.
well, I'll take everything. Oh, let us have your wedding ring. No, it's
Yeah,
just
he
a
won't give
fucking
him his
piece of
ring, will
jewelry,
he?
mate.
So
I get
yeah,
it's sentimental, but it's just a thing.
I mean, he probably wasn't expecting to be macheted in the face, was he? Basically.
The guy's got a machete. It's a very real possibility that he's
Yeah,
going to
I
use
know,
it.
but yeah, but do you actually think that person is gonna hit you in the face with that knife? You know?
So no, I don't really give a shit about things like that, like in like physical things. But if I can take
Yeah,
the ring, I'll buy another one. Like,
yeah. There you go.
I mean, I've got a
And
wedding ring, but my hand shrunk and I can't wear it anymore. So I've just got some
oh,
other
really?
random ring. Yeah,
Oh, okay, fair. Yeah, I've got mine, haven't I?
yeah. It doesn't matter what exact piece of metal it is, does it? For Christ's sake.
Don't know, man. If I take mine off and I can't find it, I'll panic like anything.
Mine's somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Probably just me.
It's in a
But
drawer somewhere.
yeah, but yeah. So
Dude, yeah.
the attack happens. They attack Rob, hit him in the face a couple of times with a machete, don't they? So
Yeah. And Luke's a little
he
bitch at
goes
this
down, and
point.
Luke's he's cowering behind the shelving unit or whatever, isn't he? And
Mm.
wondering
And
whether to jump in.
I don't know whether it's part of his character development, how he's then not like that whatsoever towards the end of it when things are way worse,
Yeah, it
or
definitely
whether it was
is.
poor writing. But I feel like it was the first one.
No, it's definitely a growth of his character. I would say. I think that's part of the story, isn't it? Really. So
It's
yeah,
a
he
bit of a jump,
decides.
isn't it? Jesus.
Yeah, but he decides not to jump in. Then he doesn't help, and then obviously Rob ends up dying, and then we
He
jump to
gets
6 months later.
unalived. Yes.
Yes, unalived, and 6 months later, and they're up the mountain, um, building a little shrine to him, aren't they, at the top of the mountain?
Hmm.
So
That's where they waste a lot of good whiskey as well.
he pours away a lot of whiskey, doesn't he? They all have a
I
little
think that
sip.
was the joke, though, wasn't it? They were like
Yeah,
laughing while he was doing because it just kept going.
yeah, yeah. That's it. Yeah,
I
yeah.
was
So
just
they
like,
say,
all that whiskey. Oh God.
yeah. So they say a little goodbye, don't they? And then
Off they pop.
off they pop. Yeah, and they what? Is that where Dom hurts his knee almost
Oh
instantly?
yeah, he has a little fall over, and you're like, oh fuck.
That's a little wobble. Yeah, there's a few little funny bits along the way, though, aren't there? They have a few more funny little banter interactions. Although there's one quite weird one where I can't think what the exact joke was, and then Dom just says, "Oh, your mum," and then nobody laughs, and I just kind of look at him like, "What the fuck? Are you 12?" You know?
I don't know. I still use those jokes. It just hits right,
Yeah,
doesn't
but
it?
I thought but it was a bit out of character. I thought because he's not the immature one.
Yeah,
If
I suppose
if
he has
anything,
childlike
if
tendencies in a way, I guess.
yeah, I suppose then he does start to act a bit more immature, doesn't he, at times?
I do like it when he hurts his
So,
knee and then Luke and what's the main guy, the one that's holding the map and
Hutch.
that Hutch, yeah. And they're just like, maybe try walking it off, mate. It's like, no,
Yeah.
it's it's my meniscus. I've done it
I was-
before.
yeah, he literally like, instantly knows that he. Oh,
I know because
and,
I had surgery on my meniscus last year, so I was just like, you fucking meniscus. I was like, get walking.
I was going to say he probably wouldn't be able to walk, would he, if it was that?
No,
But,
I mean the meniscus hurts, but you can walk on it.
oh,
I
okay.
mean, in fairness, he does like sort himself out a bit, doesn't he?
He does. He has to, doesn't he? Really? And they do say, don't they? Oh, it's probably nothing. It's not as bad as what he's making
No.
out. Let's just crack on. And then
It's
Hutch
almost
gives him,
certainly not as bad as he's making out.
yeah, Hutch gives him the news they've got to walk about another 14 hours.
Yeah, but this is where I know that this decision's had to happen, but I was so annoyed with this decision making. It's like, why don't we walk back or whatever and go get help? And he's like, you're not fucking leaving us here. I'm like, yeah, mate, I'll stay here. Fuck it. Like,
Yeah, they're not in any real danger there, are they? They're out in the
they look quite
open.
nice.
It's they could have just pitched the tent, stayed there while they went and got help. So
So they look at
at
these
that point,
bastard woods and they're like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
yeah. When Hutch pulls Luke aside, doesn't he? And he's like, "Come into my office," or whatever, and they walk off.
My office, please.
Yeah, so those kind of bits I found quite amusing. The little banter between the friends, it seemed quite natural. I thought the friendship group, they did seem like they were friends at one point, but maybe the friendships have sort of outgrown the group a little
normal
bit. And
part of
they're a
life,
little,
I guess, isn't it?
yeah, and they're not. I wouldn't have said they were strained, but you can definitely see that three of them have sort of grown up and well,
It's a bit of an effort. It's almost
Phil
like
and Phil and Dom
obligatory.
have definitely grown up and got on with life, and Luke and Hutch are maybe still.
Yeah, Hutch is a bit further along than Luke, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. But
Anyway, they decide to go into the woods.
they do. Da-da-da. Where are we
Going
going?
for a big surprise.
Yeah, and that's where it all starts getting a bit creepy, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah, and then
So-
shortly after in the woods, we see our first, and not of very many, wet gooeys.
Wet gooeys. Way.
Yeah, play it.
Wet gooeys. Oh, wet gooeys.
We do see the first of the wet gooeys, which is the animal carcass hanging up in the tree.
Yeah, I still,
right?
to this time, the amount of times I've watched that film, I've got no idea what animal that is. Is it a deer?
I don't know, actually.
I still can't tell.
I've watched this 3 times lately, and yeah, that's a good point.
Got no idea what it is. I think it's
I
a
don't
deer.
know. I thought maybe it was a bear, but maybe
No,
it's
because
just
they were
as
saying, "Oh, a bear couldn't do that."
Oh
Remember?
yeah, good point.
The fucking bears do that, or whatever they were saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
He's like,
they
bear
don't.
can't fucking do that. He can't get up there, did he, or something?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
So, and
I
they
do
start
like
getting a
the.
bit spooked.
It's still dripping. He's like, "What do you mean? Fresh kill? Let's go."
Yeah. He says that so quick that he under his breath. Fresh kill. Yeah.
And he's like, "Let's go. Come on now."
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's those little bits, those little comments and little off the cuff remarks that make it kind of believable, I would say.
He's very
Because,
British.
it is very British, and he's using his humour there, and he as a bit of sort of a defence mechanism.
Yes.
Sort
So
of
come on
thinking,
now,
oh,
let's go.
it'll be all right. Yeah, shit. Let's hurry up.
Let's get out of here.
And then it ends up fucking pelting down with rain, doesn't it? And they're like, we should fucking pitch the tent or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
but
yeah,
then
they're trying to find somewhere, aren't they?
Yeah, they end up finding that little hut, don't they?
Well, they find the little markings on the tree. Luke spots those markings on the tree, doesn't he? Like Blair Witch rune type markings.
Yeah, they literally look like Nordic runes, don't they?
Yeah.
So,
And, then he starts to like sort of hear something, doesn't he? He shines his torch out there. He can hear something. He knows it's out there.
Oh yeah, they're in the tent, aren't they? At this point, yes, yeah.
No, that's later. This is where they're just going into the house. He
Okay.
you remember he opens the door back open a little bit and he's looking out there for a while.
Oh yeah. Good point. I'm getting confused whether the hut or the tent.
Oh,
come
you do that
first.
again later. No, the hut's first. Yeah, hut's the first one.
Okay, yeah. And this hut scene is actually, I really like it. So
Oh, it's fucking brilliant. I love
Yeah.
as soon as they get into the second they leave, everything in between is just class.
yes, yeah. So just there's a weird ominous presence all around, isn't there? They're in this hut. They can't really see anything. It's really fucking dark.
I kind of
Yeah,
like that hut,
Yeah,
That's why it's
we'd have
quite
been in there,
cozy.
wouldn't we? We'd have been in
Yeah.
there, cuddled up, trying to keep warm.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't have pissed myself.
No, well, I don't know.
Sorry, I've jumped ahead.
Well, not far though, to be honest, because
No, true.
yeah, they all fucking jump up awake, don't they, and stuff. And
Yeah, but they go and explore, don't they? And they send Phil upstairs,
oh yeah,
and he hears. I think he can hear he can hear something.
yeah.
And
Like
he
I say,
opens the
he's
door,
a
and
bit more
there's a
tuned in. He's a bit more tuned
Yeah.
in to the spiritual, isn't he? So
yeah. He goes upstairs, opens the door, and there's this shrine altar thing to this like torso with antlers with no head.
yeah, it looks like it's made out of straw or something, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, and obviously, is this? Oh fuck, I'll say it anyway. It signifies something like very, very crucial at the end of the film.
Yes, definitely does. So, yeah.
But
And
it's a
then
good jump
what
scare here. Sorry to interrupt. It's a good jump scare here
is that?
because he opens the door, whatever, looks in it, and then Dom's like, "Run!" and like smashes the chair up.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
But downstairs because they're making firewood. Always made me jump that bit.
You must have had your telly up really loud, mate. I don't think it got
What's his
me.
tense that bit in here? You go in there, he's
So
like weird
yeah,
shrine. What the fuck is that? It's like,
yeah.
"Bray!"
Yes, and is that where he's pissed his pants?
Well, then they go to sleep, and then they all have different versions of a nightmare. Like Luke is taken back to the shop,
Yes.
and Rob's like dream body or whatever looks up at him, and he's a bit like, "Whoa, look at him!"
Yeah, it's done in a really cool way, isn't it? The way it transitions back from the forest. You don't know
Yeah.
it's a dream. You don't know it's a dream at first, do you?
They almost put the shop in like plot down in the middle of the forest. It works really nicely, actually.
Yes. Yeah, it's
But yeah, he
cool.
has that, and then they all wake up very alarmed. It's like Luke is Luke outside somewhere in the woods? He's out in the forest, isn't he,
I
Luke?
think Luke's outside. Yeah, is he outside having a fag? I think after what he's just
Well, yeah,
seen,
he
like
wakes
dreamed.
up in the forest because he's like in the shop in his room, so he's obviously sleepwalking.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember where Dom is, but I know that Hutch is in there upset and he's pissed himself.
Yeah, Dom's in there in the corner as well, I think, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's
And then
freaking out, isn't he?
He's freaking out as well. And then Phil's not there, is he? Phil's
No, and then they go upstairs to find him, and this is interesting.
yeah, yeah, isn't it just? He's on his knees, naked.
Bollock naked, worshipping.
Yeah, worshipping the fucking effigy thing that they've found upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, freaking right out. So
Well, even at that, but like they write it off a little bit. They're like, "What the fuck was that?" And Hutch is like, "I'm not in a rush to tell anyone I've pissed myself or whatever it is."
yeah,
And you would
he's
react
been
like that, wouldn't you? You'd be like, "What the
yeah,
fuck
he's
was
been
that?"
quite sort of macho about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, not mentioning it because I've pissed my pants and I don't want anyone to know." So,
But you
he's
could
kind of
almost write it off, couldn't you? If it was us out there, you could almost be like, "Oh, we were obviously just fucking exhausted and in a new environment, whatever."
yeah. I mean the nightmares bits, yeah, but I don't know about the naked praying. I don't know, man. That's
Yeah,
fucking weird. That would probably shit me up a little bit.
yeah. In fairness,
If I think if you'd all been like drinking or taking anything or whatever, or
Hmm.
then possibly. But they were completely sober, weren't they?
Yeah. I don't remember them. No, it's just Lucas having a cigarette. He has chain smokes his
Yeah,
whole
that's
way
it.
through the
So
whole film. But yeah,
I would get a bit freaked out by that. Yeah,
yeah,
I'd
very
want to
true.
hurry up and get out of that place. So
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, but they do. They get out.
They do. I can't remember where they go next. I'm trying to think.
Well, they just start making their way. They
Go
follow
through the
their,
woods a bit
their
more, don't
trail,
they?
don't they? Yeah, they start just going back through the woods.
There's quite a lot of filler on this bit, isn't there? And I think it's
Yeah.
now. I like the bit where they're walking along and they're talking about how hungry they are, and he's like, "Oh, feels like I would love some sushi."
Mm.
Um, Dom is like, "Oh, fucking cheeseburger or something like that, and then Luke goes,
Oh, yeah.
I'll have a doner kebab, please, mate." I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then one of them is like, no, chicken shish, isn't it?
Oh yeah, chicken shish, yeah.
And
He's
then
like, "Oh,
didn't
Rob loved a doner." Yeah, that was it.
Rob loved a doner. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was remembering
Yeah.
at uni, pissed up, covered in grease.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. There was also, I think this was a while back. There was quite a funny joke about they were saying about going to Vegas or something,
I can't remember.
and he said no. Instead, I've ended up here, and he's like, oh, I don't know, I fucked it. But yeah, there was a funny. I'll find the clip. I'll find the clip. Actually, there was a funny joke about Vegas and him falling over a big pile of tits. Basically,
Insert clip here.
yeah. Here you go.
Should have gone to Vegas.
Oh, you'd have found something to fall over in Vegas too, mate.
Yeah, massive pile of tits.
That's the joke. I completely fluffed.
No, I loved it.
Yeah, but no, the
And then
banter
is this
again.
shortly after they end up having a fight, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I can't.
I'm jumping
think
forward a bit, I know,
what's-
but there's not an awful lot
No,
that
it
happens
is.
in
They
this
do a
next
lot.
bit.
They do a lot of walking through the forest, obviously. A lot of chat, a lot of banter. But yeah, Dom ends up saying something about it's Luke's fault.
Yeah, or like it's something like, "Oh, we're all thinking it. I've just got the balls to say it," or something.
Yeah, and then Luke's like, "You fucking what?"
Yeah, you fucking what?
And then it's a
I
really
love that.
really tense moment for like that
You
second. You're
fucking
like,
what?
oh,
Yeah.
fuck, he's actually said that it's your fucking fault that Rob's dead. Oh my god. And
Yeah.
then next minute he just punches him straight in the face.
Which I would have liked to have done because he was a really whiny, annoying character.
He was, and it was deserved. What
It
did he
definitely was.
expect? What did he
Yeah, what would
expect
you
when
do? He wouldn't have
when
done
he
anything
said-
in there. In
No.
that shop, if it was him, he
No.
wouldn't have done anything.
No, exactly. And that got me thinking, would any of those four guys have done it different? Would they have stopped the attackers? Maybe I don't think
I reckon Hutch would have.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe Hutch would have, but I don't think Phil. Dom definitely wouldn't. He would have
Definitely
pissed his
not Dom.
pants.
I would
No.
have said Hutch and Luke if we didn't already know that Luke didn't do anything. But
Yeah, yeah. So I think
I
yeah,
reckon
maybe
Phil
Hutch
might have
would.
said something.
I think
He
he
might
might
have
have said
said something.
something,
Yeah.
but I don't think he would have jumped in to physically
No,
help.
whereas Hutch
Um,
probably would have tried to fight him. I don't know.
yeah, maybe seems a bit
Yeah,
like he likes to
yeah,
scrap, doesn't he?
yeah.
Um, but yeah, he punches him. They have a big fucking row, don't they, or whatever,
Mm. And then they don't
and
talk to each other.
and then they don't talk to each other for a while. Yeah,
No.
that's it.
No. But then Luke starts to be really isolated because he asked Hutch, like, do you really think it was my fault or something like that? And he's like, I don't know, mate. And he's like, right, fine.
Yeah, that's it. He basically doesn't say either way, does he? But judging from
No.
that, you think, Luke's starting to think, fuck's sake, they all think it's my fault.
Yeah.
Basically, even
Bastards.
Hutch, who he thought was a really good mate, he's even doubting that Luke done the right thing. So
Yeah. But he was nice about it.
yeah, he was as nice as he could be, wasn't he? I suppose,
Yeah.
and he was honest at least.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. And then jumping forward now, that was the bit where you were talking about earlier, where they're in the tents.
Oh right, okay,
Yeah. And they start freaking out and people
yeah,
start.
yeah,
Is it Hutch that gets taken away, isn't it? They're like, where's Hutch? Where's Hutch?
yeah. It is his Hutch that gets taken away. Yeah,
And then
yeah,
you hear a big loud scream,
you do.
and then they catch up and find Hutch.
They do, and
But Hutch is unalived.
he's in a similar position to the unknown animal that we saw a little while ago. So
Yeah. Placed
yeah,
nicely
and
upon a tree branch.
exactly.
Internally.
Innards on the outside, let's say.
Mm. Yes,
And
he's
Dom,
definitely dead.
yes. And what surprised me here was actually Dom's acting. He's screaming in the panic and the scared look on
Mm.
his face and stuff was really bloody good.
Yeah, the actor was
Um,
an unbelievable. I didn't like his character, obviously, because he
yeah,
wasn't meant to be liked, but it was a great performance.
yeah. No, I didn't like his character at all. But then I'm not sure if you're supposed to, So
No, you need him, and that would have been boring without him. So
yeah, if they all just got along and everyone was liked and stuff,
yeah,
it wouldn't have the dynamic wouldn't have worked as well. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Which does surprise me about the final two of them left, but I kind of like that they did that.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
But
So
I'm jumping ahead.
when
We lose one in between.
yeah, so Hutch is unfortunately, as you keep saying, unalive.
Definitely unalived.
Um,
Yeah.
so they somehow they get him down, don't they? They get him down out of the tree. You don't see it, but he's on the floor next minute. And
What's he
then
doing that?
and then Luke's like, "Come on, we need to fucking go." And then Dom's like, "No, no, no, no," and he's like, "Well, we can't fucking bury him or whatever."
Oh, have we missed a bit? Not a big bit, but they find that bag buried under the dirt, and it's like a ID and
Oh
stuff from
yeah,
like a family in the night. It was like in 1974 or something.
yeah, I think we have. So yeah, it was a woman's purse or wallet, wasn't it? And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And it was,
so
it's from the
this is
70s or whatever. So yeah,
it's
they
been
start to
going
think, uh-oh.
80, 84, I think. Yeah, so it's been going for a while. Yeah, so you get pretty scared.
Yeah, it starts to make him a bit panicky. And then
Yeah,
obviously in this as well, Dom's fallen apart because his poor leg, and in fairness to him, his leg is fucked at this point, isn't it? It's just bright
yeah,
red.
yeah. It's
But
pretty fucked up.
Luke starts to have a look around and realise he gets up to a ridge. He thinks he's about to get out, and then it's just another sea of forest. And now they're like,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. He thinks he's found a way, doesn't he? But nope.
Yeah.
Um,
And yeah, then we lose Phil.
yeah, in a kind of similar manner, don't we?
Yeah, it's hard to piece this bit together because it is all very similar and much of the same. It's still great, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah. Is he
so
grabbed from the tent as well?
yeah, is he yanked? I think you see him get yanked, don't you? I
I
believe.
think so. I
I can't
think
actually
so.
remember.
Yeah. And then is this where it all gets a bit Blair Witchy? They're running through the forest and all the
Yeah,
cameras all over the place,
yeah. Luke
and
nuts a
everything.
tree.
Luke nuts a tree. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then he can't find Dom either, can he? And he's like, fuck it, Dom, man. And then next
I
minute,
know.
Dom, you see him peeping out from behind the tree branch.
He's
Yeah.
like, shh.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
This big horrible thing is chasing him. You don't see the big horrible thing yet, but you know it's big and horrible.
Yeah, you see it briefly in one scene when all four of them are walking together earlier on.
Yeah.
So it's on the right hand side. You just see part of it through the tree line, and if you're looking for it, you can get quite a clear look at it.
I don't
So
think
that's
I've ever
quite good.
noticed that. I like that they've done
Yeah,
that though.
yeah, yeah. It made me think of a bit like Cloverfield, where you see a tiny sliver of the body between the buildings in Cloverfield. It put
Oh
me back in
yeah.
mind of that. So I would say this film is kind of a bit of a stylistic mix between Blair Witch and Cloverfield in a way.
Yeah, I'd say it's a good one. Good comparison.
Similar vibes there,
Hmm.
mashed together. But
Right. Fast forward again.
yeah, So yeah, so Phil's gone. Dom's hiding
Yeah,
around the tree. Luke's clonked his head on the fucking tree.
I do like this bit though,
When
where they're talking. He's like, "You do know we're gonna have to run, mate."
yeah,
He's
yeah,
like, and they're like, three,
yeah.
two, one.
Ready? Peg
Oh,
it.
come
Yeah,
on.
yeah. And when does Luke? He's already got the marks in his chest, doesn't he? Was that
Oh
from the
yeah,
nightmare?
sorry, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
he
Sorry,
gets
we
sort of
missed.
like stabbed or whatever by the
Yeah,
thing.
he's got like three holes in his chest, doesn't he? Like
Yeah,
was sort of
not like kill holes or anything, but yeah,
no
like bad enough.
indents.
Yes,
There you go.
yes, with the
Yeah,
small wounds.
bloody small circular wounds in his chest. Yes, which
Yeah,
becomes kind of relevant later. So,
it does. Yeah.
um, but yeah, coming back to the Dom and Luke bit where they start pegging it.
Mm.
Where do they peg it to? They just run up the
Well,
hill and
they run out and then they end up on a really nicely lit pathway with sort of little
yes,
flames all the way along.
yeah,
Um,
and they think they're
sprint
in for a
up.
good time. Yeah, they
Yeah,
think
I mean,
yes,
I felt better for them being
yeah,
there.
yeah,
And then
yeah. You think
they
yes, we
find
found something.
a little house, fall in there, and
Yeah,
then they're sort of upside down, isn't it, from their perspective? Um,
yes, it is.
and
Yeah,
then you
yeah, yeah.
see this. I think it's a bloke, isn't it? You see a man, or is it the old lady? You see someone.
You
You
see
see the
someone.
woman.
I can't.
You see the old woman, and a man
Oh, the
steps
little
across
woman.
and knocks them out. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So they've been knocked out, haven't they, in the hut by those people that we don't know yet. But yeah, just
Hmm.
before that is when they find Luke's body
Phil's
hanging.
body.
Luke's body, Phil's body. Sorry, Phil's
Luke's not
body.
dead.
Luke's not dead. No. So yeah, Phil's body hanging up in the tree in the same way as Hutch. So
Consistent.
that's why they leg it down the path. Yeah,
Hmm.
and they get bonked on the head. So
Hmm.
yeah, there they are. They wake up. Their hands are tied up, aren't they? Hands are chained up.
Yeah, and then like a little cellar room type thing.
Yes, that's it. And then is this where the little lady comes in with the two really tall guys?
That old lady does my head in. It's just
She's
chewing.
a bit creepy, chewing and yeah,
Yeah.
comes in, gives Luke the water, doesn't she?
Yeah, and this bit I didn't piece together when I first saw it for some reason, but she gives him water and then sees the
Yeah,
mark on his chest. She shows
yeah,
hers
yeah,
and
yeah.
then leaves. So, and then she's like, "No, give him some. Give Dom some."
Yeah, and she sort of she sort of teases that she's going to, and then she don't, does she? She just
Yeah.
off they go.
And I just thought she was just being a dick, but then obviously I've come to later realise that no, the mark is a good thing. Well,
Yeah,
the means the
kind
monster
of.
favours him. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, 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 yeah. That's it. And also, is it just before that, or is it after? So they take Dom away, don't they? But is it
Yeah,
before
it's after.
where Luke's looking? He manages to look through the little crack in the hut, and he can see they're building some big like wooden
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
just after that, yeah.
cross, kind of cross. Yeah, but then Dom asks him what they're doing. So is that after they take Dom away or before?
That's before they take so that's after the refusing water bit and before they take Dom.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's what they do
Yeah.
then. There you go.
Yeah, no, I
You
like
can
that
see
bit
that
though.
they're building not a cross exactly, is it? It is a big like pole, but it's got two little bits
Yeah,
of
like
wood
a
sticking off the side.
sigil type job.
Yeah. Yeah. And as the audience, you kind of get the impression of what's going on here, don't you?
Mm.
You can tell what's coming.
Yeah, I thought first time that they were gonna like burn him at the stake type thing, but they don't do that.
Yeah. No, they don't. No, but they drag Dom away, don't they?
Yeah, lots of
And you can
screaming
hear
at this point.
lots of horrible screaming noises. You can hear all sorts going on. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a good time. You hear like a weird sort of almost voice, don't you? Like a really deep, almost spiritual, what not spiritual, but like spirit
Yeah,
like.
there's quite a few of these throughout the film. We haven't touched on them yet, actually. But sorry, just to jump back for a little bit,
Mm,
when they're sort of having the nightmares or when they're walking through the forest, sometimes you hear like an animal growl or you hear
mm.
just some sort of strange, not quite human noises going on.
Yeah, because they say things
Um,
like, "Oh, it's quick and it's massive" or something like that. They were saying.
yeah, and it just builds the tension, doesn't it? While they're doing those scenes where they're walking through the forest and you hear some slightly odd
Mm,
stuff going on, it does build the tension quite well.
it does. Yeah, really good.
But yeah, you start hearing these kind of noises again in the hut, and also when they're first in there, you can hear people like chanting something as well.
Yes, it's almost like a whispering, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Not whispering,
strange.
but a very low voice. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, deep, low, whispered chant kind of thing. Yeah.
Hmm.
Could you work out what they were saying?
Not a clue. I don't
Well,
know what the
yeah,
fucking
me
animal
neither.
was.
No, no, we'll come on to that.
Yeah, I
But
assumed it was some sort of Nordic thing.
yeah, yeah, because of the runes and they're in Sweden, aren't they? So,
Yeah,
well, they're not
yeah,
in Romania, but they're pretending to be in
yeah,
Sweden. So,
yeah, yeah.
um, Yeah, but they take Dom away, and they what do they even do to him?
They just beat him up, don't they? Because they bring him back and he's battered.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to say, I think they literally just beat him up, but
Do you
that's
think they're
never
just
explained.
softening him up, do you reckon, for the sacrifice?
Yeah, probably, but there's no real need to, is there, when you see what actually comes for him?
Yeah, maybe it's meant to mislead you a bit. It's like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, because they're still like, they tie him to the thing. It's not like he can run off.
No, no, yeah. But then they
What do
take
they
him
call it?
again.
Like a pyre or something outside? I don't know.
Well, yeah, so they bring him back, he's battered, then they take him again for the ritual, don't they?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. They take
But
him
before
outside.
that, the blonde lady comes in and just says, like, you've been chosen or something like that.
Yeah, is this when she speaks to Luke and he asks what it is, what's going on,
Mm. Yeah, she's like,
and she
we get to
explains
live
what.
beyond our natural life and all this sort of stuff. And he's like, no, I ain't one of you. I don't want it. Or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
it. She says if you worship it, it will give you eternal life like it has us.
Yeah,
But then this is where she names it basically, doesn't she? Or
yeah,
what it belongs to. So she says it's a Jotun,
yeah.
which did you look up what that is?
Nope. Well, no, I think I did
Okay.
because I was actually going to get it tattooed, and then I thought it was a bit too scary for my kids. So,
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, so it's a giant. It's a species of giant that used to fight the Asgardian gods in Norse mythology.
Mm,
So
that's
yeah,
interesting.
basically it's the evil version of an Asgardian god.
Huh. Yeah, he
And then
certainly
is
was.
that when she says it's the bastard son of Loki,
Yeah, yeah.
which is a quality line.
It is good, but then obviously I picture Loki as Tom Hiddleston. So I'm a bit like, how did you make that?
Yeah, yeah. What the fuck have you been doing, Tom? Yeah,
Who did you have sex with?
yeah,
Or
exactly,
what did you
exactly.
have sex with?
Yeah, more to the point.
Hmm.
Yeah, so there you go. It is something from Norse mythology, like you
Yeah.
say, which could go very deep, but we won't. But yeah,
No.
so there you go. It's a giant, basically, a giant god that
Yeah.
fights the
It was
good
cool.
as guardians gods.
But yes,
So yeah,
now we fast forward to Dom at the pyre.
we do. That's it. And then you hear it coming, don't
I
you?
do like his lines though. That he's just like, I can't remember it word for word, but he's like, "Fucking come on, then,
Yeah,
like, let's just get on with it."
yeah. He basically just gets the hump waiting, doesn't he?
Yeah, he gets bored of waiting. He starts laughing at him.
Yeah,
He's like, "You fucking idiots," or something like
and
that.
then you can fucking hear it coming out the forest. You're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
here we go, here we go, here we go. And then Gail, his wife,
And
walks
then
out of the
Gale comes
forest.
out, yeah. Which I thought
I
he
was
was
like,
punching as well. I was like, Gale was way better than you.
yeah, he was a bit. But Gail comes up. She doesn't say anything, does she? She comes up to him, and then she puts her hands on his face, and you're like, oh, that's sweet, that's sweet. And then you start hearing these horrible noises again, and the camera zooms round, and you see that it's not Gale holding him. It's the fucking monster. It's the creature holding him
Yeah, it's
with
just
its
like a pair of
tiny.
hands with like a big black hole almost, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like a
that's it. It's got his tiny little human hands holding him, and then the rest of the monster is fully seen.
and it's
Yeah,
like
carries.
you see it properly now, don't you? And it's like a giant deer monster
Yeah,
thing, and
I think
its
like
head is
elk
a
like.
yeah, its head is like a torso
Hmm.
with antlers. It's the same thing that they had an effigy for back in the cabin.
Yeah, basically. So its head is a human torso with human arms, but then it's kind of this stag-like antlers coming out of where the what legs would be because the torso's upside down, isn't it?
Oh no, it's just fucking mental, whatever it
I
is.
think, yeah, attached to the big deer elk-like creature with hooves and all that. Yeah, and it looks fucking amazing. It looks incredible. So,
Yeah, it
uh,
is awesome.
yeah, and it's picked him up by the face and it's carrying him by the face, and it just walks up to the tree, bang,
Yeah, it
slaps
just
him.
very delicately unalives him.
Yeah, just on the branch, then it's straight through, pow,
Yeah,
impaled. There you go. Yeah, I was waiting for it though. One thing I did want here is all the other unalived people,
yeah.
had all their insides hanging out, so they've
Yeah,
been
but
ripped
do you
open.
think it's because he's got to go and accept Luke at this point? Do you think he's just busy?
He might be just busy. He might be coming back later. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't got time for this right
So
now. You wait
yeah,
there. I'll be
exactly,
back.
exactly. But I wanted to see the wet gooeys.
Yeah, we wanted to see some proper wet goers, didn't we?
That's it. Yeah, like actually
That's what I
proper
quite liked
happen.
about this film, though, is that they don't overdo it on the gore. It's just right.
Absolutely,
It's
it
just
is
right.
just right. Just a touch of gore here and there, just enough to shock.
It's just a sprinkle in there.
Yeah,
Sprinkle of wet goers.
I would agree. So yeah, poor Dom's been unalived. Why are we saying unalived anyway today? Why are we not saying dead?
It's fruity, isn't it? different.
It's pretty.
Stand out from the crowd, us, don't we? Anyway,
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, yeah,
Luke's back in his room trying to get out.
he is trying to get out, isn't he? And yeah, he's doing all sorts. And then is this where he,
It breaks his thumb.
yeah, snaps his thumb,
that.
doesn't he, to get out the cuffs? Yeah, that's
He's
fucking
bloody efficient,
dedication.
though, isn't he? Just one try snap.
Yeah, yeah, he just goes for it. Slaps his
And
thumb
doesn't
quite horrible.
doesn't really
moment.
react either. He's just like, fuck.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, he just break your
clearly,
thumb.
clearly just a proper hard bastard, isn't he? After all
Yeah,
that.
double R
But
bastard, yeah.
he's grown some balls. His character has grown, you see, from the
He's had
incident.
enough now, yeah. He's snapped
He's
now,
had
hasn't
enough, and he's like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna stay alive."
he? It's my favourite scene coming up as well. By far my favourite scene.
Do you want to lead us in?
Yeah. So he picks up a gun, or I think he just opens the door and finds a gun. And
Yeah,
then
he does, yeah,
a bloke jumps up in front of him and he fires and it doesn't work.
yeah,
And then he's just playing around with it and then he just goes off. He's like, oh, fuck.
yeah.
But then
Killed him.
this is my favourite bit. He then goes around, the old woman's in front of him. And you're like, oh, shit. And he just fucking knocks her out. He's just like, what?
Yeah. This bit is so funny. He just stands there for a second, like when he punched Dom. He literally just freezes for a second and then chins her.
He just knocks her out.
Yeah, clean out.
In the middle of all this horror, just a little knocked out an old lady. Loved it.
straight punch to the face. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And then he
He's
goes
out.
upstairs. No, he goes upstairs.
Oh
doesn't
no,
he?
he's not out, is he? Yeah,
He goes to go out, and then they come in the door.
Yeah.
So he runs upstairs,
yeah. Sorry, yeah,
and he finds almost like a miniature church with these what you assume are like dead bodies, but they're not dead. They're
yeah.
what I pictured it was is because she said that you can live beyond your natural life. I guess they were just like hundreds and hundreds of years old.
This is what I took from it as well. So because yes, in turn the monster, the creature makes them immortal, so they don't die, but they still look like they're fucking suffering because they can't move, they can't see, they can't speak.
Skeletons, really,
they are
almost
literally-
skeletons.
Yeah, they're little like mummies, like, aren't they? They're just sitting there,
Yeah.
crusted up and fucking.
So I think Luke accidentally sets one on fire because he's
Yeah.
got like a torch in his hand. He accidentally bumps into one, and then he's just
Yeah.
like, "Fuck it, let's just do the lot here."
Yeah,
Just
one
sets
of
them
them,
all on fire.
then one of them sort of start moaning, don't they? Like,
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah,
Then he just torches him as well. Or
yeah,
her.
that's it. Burns a lot, and then we get one of probably my favourite scene actually is just
Oh, yeah.
after this, where he just fucking he runs outside, doesn't he? And the creature has got. I think it's the woman that told him what the creature was, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You see that the creature's fucked their eyes basically. Well, she's got no eyes now.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know? But then the creature picks her up and it's carrying her in front of the burning building,
Yeah,
and it just looks insane. The building's proper fully engulfed now. There's flames coming
Yeah.
off of it. The reds and oranges and the yellows look fucking fantastic against the black.
yeah.
The
it's a good
contrast
scene.
here for me was like, I was like, oh, this looks insane. And you again, you can see the proper silhouette of the monster.
You
So
can see him properly now, finally.
yes, that's it. And it's carrying this woman along, and you know it's going to go and impale her on something.
And Luke
Um,
makes a really weird. Oh, actually, saying that though, because this is where I was like, why the fuck does Luke shoot the monster? Like he's just drawn attention to himself. But is he
Yes.
trying to save her?
I think so. Yeah, I think because I think it goes back to when he didn't save his friend, I think. And he suddenly has a moment of guilt, and he's like,
very wise.
and he's like, fuck. He could have
Yeah.
just bolted like he did. Well, he
Yeah.
didn't bolt, he just hid. But
Yeah.
he could have done the same thing. So this time, to show that he's grown as a person, he tries to save her, which
Because she was kind to him, wasn't she? Really?
yeah, that's it. She told him what's going on and everything, and she
Probably
seemed
fancied him.
friendly towards him.
It's like if you stay here, I've got a boyfriend.
Yeah. Yeah, so he shoots the fucking creature and obviously it doesn't do anything, just pisses it off.
Yeah, and then they leg it through the woods, and then this one is my almost favourite scene as well.
Yes, this is really cool. Go on.
Yeah, he has more visions and stuff in the shop and stuff. It's really good visually
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like the trees are now growing into the shop and stuff. But I
Yeah,
like
it's
the
really
bit
well
where the monster is basically making Luke bow.
Yeah.
And Luke gets up, he's like, no, fuck that. And then you think, all right, he's dead now. But no, the monster like pushes him back down again, almost
Yeah.
saying, fucking stay down.
Yeah,
he's
that's
like-
it, isn't it?
The monster's then praying up to something, isn't it? So there's obviously something
Yeah.
that's even worse than this monster.
Well, no, the way I took it is the monster pushes him down the first time and then rears up on its hind legs, right? And it stands up and it's full height, and you
Yeah.
see just how tall it is. And then the little human body and arms thing do like a praying.
Oh yeah, the
thing.
praying thing, yeah.
So I think it's indicating to Luke that that's what he needs to do.
Okay.
That's how I took it. I mean, you might be right.
Yeah.
I don't know,
No,
but I
I
took
don't
it.
know. It's a good, interesting way to take it because I thought that he was worshipping his god. I don't know.
Yeah. So again, that's quite an interesting take. I hadn't thought of that. So
Yeah,
I didn't
I
realize we'd
didn't think
have
it'd be your one either.
differing views on this. So I quite like that. Yeah.
That
So
is interesting. But anyway,
yeah,
Luke's
let's.
like, nah, fuck you. So
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
going to
yeah.
say, let us know. Yeah, let
Oh
us
no,
know
I was
your
just going to
thoughts on
say,
that
yeah,
one.
let us know, listeners, watchers, let us know your interpretation of that, basically.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's interesting. You've said that.
yeah. But no, Luke's not having any of it, is he? This time, he
No.
has that flashback to the shop again, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he's got the axe, and where did he find the axe from?
It's just in the
Oh,
shop.
he picked.
Bought it in the shop, didn't he?
Yeah,
I don't know.
and
He
he,
just
he
picked it
picks
up
up
somewhere, didn't
somewhere along the hut. He picked up the axe, didn't he, and run off
he?
with
Yeah.
it,
Just
basically. So
pops a nice little line in the monster's head.
he does. He just ding, yeah,
Yeah.
gives him a
Nice little wound.
nice little wound in the face, torso area, whatever you want to call it.
Torso
Yeah.
face head.
Yeah, and for a minute I thought, oh, nothing's happened, and then the creature kind of makes a noise and
It
moves
squeals,
back a
didn't
bit,
he?
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Luke's like, fucking, here's my moment, and he just legs it.
Legs it and he makes it out.
Yeah, he does. He gets out of the forest. Yes, and you think, brilliant.
He's very confident at this point, though, because if that was me, I would have kept sprinting, not looked back. But he decides to turn around and just scream at it.
Yeah, yeah. But again, I thought this is quite a cool part.
It's
So
very cool.
he gets outside, doesn't he? And he turns around, and the creature stops. Like you see it almost skid at the tree line, don't you? And it's
Can't
like,
leave, can he?
he can't leave the forest. Yeah. And then Luke just fucking growls at it and he screams at it. But I think that's him letting out all that grief from the 6 months that he's carried within him.
Yeah, it's a release for sure.
Yeah, that's it. So I thought that was a really well done scene, actually.
Yeah, and great acting. I do love a bit of Rafe.
Yeah, he was good, very good. And then that's basically it, isn't it? End.
Yeah, that's it. He walks off and then it ends.
Yeah.
The end.
Can you imagine if you don't make it out?
Yes, that's
You
the
know?
funny bit. He's not going to fucking know where he is now. He's got no shoes, no coat.
Oh, he's probably fucked, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's probably
but
died a little bit after that, to be honest.
he's probably thinking, as long as I don't go back that way, it can't really get any fucking worse, can it?
Yeah, but I mean, you have just
So,
broken your thumb. You haven't eaten in a few days. You've been kicked the shit
yeah,
out of. You've
yeah.
got no shoes or warm clothing.
Three more of your friends are dead.
You're probably going to go to prison because they're going to be like, "What the fuck
Yeah,
are you talking about?"
yeah. You're a nutcase, mate. What, that didn't
Yeah.
happen? Yeah,
So it doesn't go
yeah.
well for him, really, if you think about
No,
it.
no. So it's quite an interesting end. It does end very bluntly, doesn't it? There.
Yeah,
So
but it does it well, doesn't it? I wasn't there
yeah.
going, "Oh, I wish there was more. I wish they'd done that." No, perfect ending.
No. Yeah, I agree. It's not a bad ending at all. I liked it. I liked it.
No.
There's no need to see any more. That's
No.
a good end. So there you go.
Right.
That is the story run through. Okay, we have missed a few bits probably and skipped over a few bits or got them in the wrong order, but I do
Ah, guys,
apologize.
just go watch it. Like, if you haven't seen this, do it because it's great. I mean, I will. Can I do ratings really quickly because it kind of ties into what I wanted to say.
Yeah, go for it. We can do it in whatever order. We're going to do it in a
Yeah.
bit different order today. So
Well, it's because IMDb have given it 6.3, which I think is absolute nonsense.
that is bullshit. Yeah.
And do you have the other ones? Do you have? I think Rotten Tomatoes was something like 70 something.
I do. Rotten Tomatoes was 74%.
Oh, look at me.
Yeah, I know. Letterboxd was 3.2 out of 5, I think.
See, I don't agree with either
Which
of them.
that's
I
a
think
bit
it's
low.
higher.
Yeah, I do. That's a bit low. I've watched this. I should have been better on the story run through because I've watched this like once a week for the last 3 weeks. So
Yeah, I'm
because
probably not far off. I watched it a good
yeah,
50 times before that. So.
because I'm not going to lie, we've been trying to record this episode for a while, haven't we? And shit
Yeah,
just
busy,
hasn't
haven't
worked
we?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been busy. Shit ain't worked out. So we finally got to record it. So yeah, we've watched it a few times. No, and each time I've watched it, I've loved it just as much.
No, I could watch it again tonight quite happily.
Yeah, it moves at quite a pace. Even the walking scenes, the slight filler bits, they don't
It
drag
doesn't
on.
feel like filler, does it?
No,
It's just hard
no.
to like explain, but doesn't feel bad
Yeah.
or slow.
No, they are literally walking through a forest. So that's all you can say.
Yeah,
isn't
but
it?
it's not boring. It's far from it.
No, plenty happens. There's lots in it.
Yeah. So
So
do you
did
think
you
it's
want?
so? Do you think? Sorry. Do you think it's because we're English though? Do you think English people would like this more than other countries?
Yeah, probably because I looked at a few reviews and stuff, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh, those characters are so unlikable."
Hmm?
That's one
I
of the
love
main
Luke and
complaints. One of the main, yeah, Luke and Hutch are great. Yeah,
I think Luke was an unbelievably likable character. I really like Luke.
Yeah, I mean, there's not too much in there to get to know them, is there? This is just a
No.
small snippet of their life. They don't go into in depth with it. Like, I know we're going to touch on the book and stuff, but in the book, you really get to know a lot more about them.
Yeah.
It goes into explaining that both Phil and Dom are married, unhappily married though.
Hmm.
Both have children, both have high-paying jobs that they hate and they're bored of life.
Yeah.
Luke still works in the same record shop he
Yeah.
worked in
Doesn't
when
want
he
to
was
grow
like
up, does he?
16. He likes going out partying.
Yeah.
He fucks about all the time. He's immature. He doesn't want to grow up.
Yeah. And
Hutch
that's where
and
that's
Hutch.
where, sorry to interrupt you.
No,
That's where
no,
the resentment starts between them because should we touch on the big twist now? Or well, not twist, the difference.
yeah, go for it. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So in the book, there is no Rob. No, Rob
yeah,
doesn't die in a shop. He's not that just doesn't exist.
yeah.
This is purely that Luke is lazy, unmotivated, bit of a
Mm.
knob, and
Yeah,
the rest of them have grown up. And because there's more time to develop this story in a book, they do that. So this is a lot slower, and it's basically gradual resentment over them. Like Luke constantly criticizing her life, saying, "Oh, you fucking went and got married, blah blah blah," and they're just
yeah,
like, "Oh, you're a loser. What are you talking about?" So
yeah.
they
You
just
got
sort of
nothing.
gradually
Yeah,
fall out, don't they?
they do. Then they're trying to get him to grow up and see
Yeah,
their way, and that's what people do, isn't it? They grow up, they get married, they
yeah.
have kids, blah blah. That's what society says you have to do, you know. And
But this
yeah,
is
but
what
Luke
I
just
love
doesn't.
about the film because they've said, right, that's going to take too long to build that tension in a movie. What can we do? And they've
Yeah,
come up with this different beginning.
yeah.
Like genius. Like
It is a
what
genius
a way
idea.
to immediately make these people resent each other.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was a brilliant idea. Obviously,
Clever
quite and
writing.
also quite shocking. You know, there's not many films I would say that has the first 5 or 10 minutes when they have such a
No,
big incident like that.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Quite different, pretty shocking. Not expecting it. Yeah, yeah. Really, really positive change for the
Yeah.
film, without a doubt.
But I enjoyed both versions. I enjoyed the slow resentment, and
Yeah,
I also
yeah.
enjoyed the quick, like, yeah, quick incident.
Yeah, the first half of the book I think is really good, really well
Mm,
written, really in
yeah.
depth. You really get to feel the characters, and you get to understand all of them.
Mm,
Um, yeah, the second half of the book is where it goes downhill. It's not
yeah.
terrible, but it
No,
goes
but it,
downhill because this is the second big difference, isn't it?
yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the film, you've got this strange cult that you know nothing about. They just worship the creature, and I'm fine
Mm,
with that. I don't
yeah,
need to
yeah.
know more about them.
Absolutely.
Works perfectly for me. In the book, they're supposed to be teenage, aren't they?
I
Like
think so.
older teenage, not obviously not like 12 or
Yeah.
anything, but you've got three teenagers who are in a Swedish black metal band
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
worship the creature,
Yeah.
basically. And they're in a band called Blood Frenzy, and they basically capture and kill people for the monster.
Yeah.
Is
Do you
what I
have a
took from
lot?
it.
They have a lot more interactions with the actual people in the book, don't they?
They do. They're all named after, or they call themselves names after Norse gods and
Yeah.
stuff as well, don't they? Loki, Fenris, and
Yeah,
Surta,
Fenris.
I
Certa.
think.
And there's no
Yeah,
old lady. Is there an old lady?
yeah, there is the old witch
Oh
lady who
yeah.
just sits on the porch.
Oh yeah.
But again, they've took over her house, haven't they, in the book?
Yes. Yeah.
And they almost kind of keep her hostage, or it's
Yeah.
implied that they do, and she doesn't do um,
Yeah.
anything to kick them out because obviously she's a frail old lady.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But yeah, it's a bit strange, isn't it? Because half the time the girl from the band, Serta or whatever, they have her running around naked, don't they?
Yeah.
They
She's a bit of
make
a nutter, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a bit of a nutter. They make a lot of comments about her being overweight, and it's like, why?
Oh
Why?
yeah. Yeah.
That's not needed.
No,
Um,
I'd say this one actually is on a rare occurrence. Is the film is maybe better than the book.
I would say so, to be
More often
honest.
than not, the book is always better, but I don't think so on this one. I think the film's better.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. I think the strangeness of that teenage black metal band capturing
Yeah.
some people and stuff is a bit out there.
Yeah. Still
So
enjoyed the book, but the film's better.
yeah, yeah, I did. It still has some funny moments. Good moments in the second half of the book, but the film is so much better.
All right, so now we're going to roll on to a new feature that I am introducing. Ben, run
Go
the
on.
clip.
What did you hate?
So let's talk about what did we hate.
Yes. Do you want to go first? Is this your
Yeah, I
thing,
am
or do
going
you
to
want
go
me
first.
All right, yeah, go for it.
And it's really minor because I love this film a lot.
Yeah.
But I hated the thumb break scene.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's no fucking way. Sorry, excuse my language. There's no way that man just snapped his thumb first time like that. Just swift bosh. How brittle are your bones?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. It would take some serious pressure to break your thumb like that. And
I don't
also,
think it's doable like that.
and I think if you did do it, you'd probably let out a little bit of a scream at least. You know?
Nonsense. And it sounds minor, but actually it's pretty. It's actually a huge part of the film. As in,
It
if
is
he doesn't break his thumb, he's dead or he's
Yeah.
captured or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. It's a pivotal moment. Yeah, if he
Yeah, that's
doesn't
the
do
word
that,
I was
he's
looking
stuck.
for. Pivotal.
There you go. Yeah, he is stuck there.
Yeah.
But
So I hated that because I didn't believe it. What did you
okay,
hate?
it's a tough one with this film because there's not much that I could
Yeah.
hate, to be honest. But I think if I had to pick something, it was kind of the ease that he found a gun. Then
Oh,
you know,
yeah. Yeah.
I'm being picky. I'm being picky, but he literally walks
No,
out
but
the
you
room.
have to be with this because it's
He's
good.
like, yeah, he's like, oh, no, there's a gun, and there's two bullets. There's two
Isn't
bullets
that
as well.
lucky?
Lovely, yeah. So, if I had
Yeah.
to pick a moment I hated is a strong word for this because I
No,
do really enjoy this movie.
I'm with you, but I did hate the thumb break scene because like there's just not like just
Yeah,
no, you can't do that. Or maybe you
no,
can. I
right.
don't know.
Maybe you can. I'm not going to attempt it. If you do, Grant, please let us know.
I've actually broken my thumb twice, the same thumb twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my left thumb because I can like hyper bend it and stuff. It's so I
Do
broke it
you,
when I
do
was
you
young.
mind? Do you mind me asking how?
I was how old was I? I would have been 9, and I was playing
Hmm.
volleyball,
Okay.
and the ball just literally clocked my thumb like that and just broke it.
Yeah.
And
No, that's
then
fair.
that obviously made it quite brittle. And then when I was in
Yeah.
school, I had my rucksack like this, walking along, and
Yeah.
then someone walking down here, this thumb got caught in their strap, yanked it
Oh,
back and broke it again.
oh, mate, that
So
sounds
that's why I
painful.
can
See?
like do that with it.
Oh, yeah. Do a nice little wiggly wiggly click.
Yeah.
There you go. For
So I
people
know
listening
how
to
it
the
feels.
podcast, for people on the podcast, go watch that bit on YouTube.
Yeah, I've got a wiggly thumb.
Yes, you have
So
indeed. I can see it clicking there. Yeah.
yeah, I can attest to how it feels.
Yes.
Just not possible. Well, I mean, it is possible, but just not like that. Not
Yeah.
first try as well. You'd have at least a couple of goes, wouldn't
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet there'd be a few where you try and you'd be like, no, that's going to really bloody hurt. And then, yeah,
I'd probably just be like,
but
do you know what? Maybe I'll
it's
live here.
over. Game over. Yeah, that's
Maybe I'll
it.
just
Yeah.
live here.
Maybe I'll just worship the thing and,
Yeah,
go from there.
get to live forever. Fuck, it can't be that bad.
Exactly. But then it is an it? You see him in the attic. But
Yeah,
yeah.
true. Yeah,
So that's a
very
bit of a
true.
trick, a bit of a naughty trick that from the creature, isn't it? Yeah, you can live forever, but you're literally sat in a chair cocooned like a
Yeah,
fucking mummy.
you're gonna rot. Yeah.
You're gonna rot and you're gonna still be alive, and you're probably gonna feel every minute of it. So yeah, what a
Right.
bastard.
What
Bastard
next
son of
then?
Loki. Next, what should we do? What should we do? I
There's
quite
not
liked.
too much more, is there?
No, not really. I was going to say I like the ambiance. I like the setting.
Ambiance.
Yeah, I like the forest setting. I like a folk horror. This is probably like what a
Yeah.
psychological folk horror, isn't it? Really.
Love a folk horror, and this does it
Um,
perfectly.
so the setting for me was amazing.
I loved it. What about the cast? Should we go through them real quick?
Yeah, we can do. Do you want me to give you who was in it? I'm only going
Yeah,
to
I
do.
do.
I'm going to do the main five. I'll do the main four guys and then Rob because
Yeah, go on then.
So Rob was played by a guy called Paul Reed, who
Mm.
apparently was in the Nan movie, which
The
you know
Nan.
what's
Oh,
the
the Nan
Nan
movie, the Catherine Tate thing.
I think so. I just saw the cover and it said the Nan movie.
Yeah, that's Catherine Tate thingy.
Not my jam, that.
No, I haven't seen it.
You've got Arsha Ali as Phil,
Has he
and
been in anything?
he's been in a few things, but nothing that I recognised at all. Just
Okay.
a load of stuff I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Sam Troughton was Dom.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm saying that right.
Well, I'm sure it was great.
Now, Dom has been in Alien versus Predator,
Was he?
apparently.
Was he a dead body or something?
I haven't got a clue. It's been so long since I've seen that god awful film that I do kind of enjoy. But
He was in Alien versus Predator.
that's for another day. We've got Rob James Collier, who was Hutch.
Oh yeah.
And the only thing Hutch that's been in with some big recognition was Downton Abbey.
Oh yeah, I can see his little picture. He's got a little fancy bow tie on.
Now, I've never watched Downton Abbey because it probably
No,
won't be a surprise that that's not up my street either.
no, I've got zero interest in watching it. I know people say it's great, but nah, I don't think it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, same. Not for me.
Nah, I'm
And
good.
then finally, obviously, we've got Luke, played by Rafe Spall, who was in Prometheus.
He's been in
Um,
loads of stuff. He
he's
was in an
in
old.
he's in Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he was in
He's
a very
in
good episode. My favorite episode of Black
yeah.
Mirror.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. He was. I
What
think it's
one was
called White
that?
Christmas. I think it's called.
Right, I'll have a look at that.
It's
He
a
was
brutal episode. The punishment he
yeah.
gets is just. I still think if that happened to me, it's like a digital punishment. They like take
Okay.
his presence or whatever and put it in a computer, and
Right.
yeah, the punishment they give him, just as like
Hmm.
basically the police are going away for the weekend because it's Christmas. So that
Yeah.
I'll just turn like put him in there for a bit until we come back, and he's like, how long should we set it for? I won't ruin it, but it's horrendous. Um,
White
but yeah,
Christmas.
my favourite episode is called White Christmas. I believe it's called White Christmas. Yeah,
Okay. I'll have a little look at that. Thank you. He's in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
is it? I didn't
Yeah,
know
like
that.
you say. He's in loads of stuff. So
But his best one, Kidulthood.
is he in that?
Yeah,
Oh wow. Fucking
I'm
hell.
pretty sure he is because I swear, Sam in it, Noel Clark's character.
Yeah, yeah.
I swear the girl that they bully who takes her own life, I swear he
Hmm.
plays the older brother. I said I swear 20 times there, but I'm pretty sure
Oh
he
wow.
plays the older brother.
See, I saw Kid Adulthood years and
Yes, he
years ago
was.
because
He
there was a
was in
big
it.
old.
I'm right.
Oh, okay. There was a big old controversy around it when it came out, wasn't there? So
Oh, I loved it. I mean, it was pretty, I don't know.
harsh,
I
but
don't,
good film.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he plays the older brother in it. I remember
Oh,
that
okay.
distinctively.
Nice. And then, do you know who this was directed by? Just quickly.
A director.
A director. Yes, excellent. Well done. A guy called David Bruckner, who did
Oh, yeah.
the Hellraiser reboot in 2022, which wasn't bad.
That was all
Actually.
right. I didn't mind that at all.
Yeah, he did The Night House with Rebecca Ferguson, I think she's called.
Isn't that
I
a
haven't, I
Scouser
haven't,
singer? Isn't
I
that a girl
haven't
from X
seen
Factor?
that.
I swear it
Yeah, I
is.
think so, but a different one, obviously.
Yeah.
He did a segment for VHS and VHS 85 as well. I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know
very
which.
good.
I don't know which segment.
No, I don't. But they're
Uh,
both good
done a
films, so.
couple of other films I have heard of but haven't seen, like The Signal and Southbound, which I've heard of those but haven't seen them. Didn't you
Have I
mention
seen
The
The
Signal
Signal?
the other day
I swear,
about
or was that
something?
the tunnel? I can't remember.
I don't know. I
I
think you
swear the
mentioned The
signal's
Signal
ringing a
recently.
bell.
Yeah, look it up, man. Look it up.
I'm looking it up now because that's going to bother me.
Right, we're kind of running out of time a bit though, really. We're going to try
Yeah,
to keep these under an hour or around an hour, aren't we? So
Oh yeah,
we
the
can have a
signal. I know the signal. Yeah, that was
yeah.
good.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, that's that one where he's. Yeah. No, that's a great film. He directed
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
No, it says director William Eubank.
Then it must be a different signal.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, right. What did you want to move on to?
Ratings. Let's finish on ratings.
Ratings. All right, I did have a few more bits, but if you want
Oh,
to,
go on, Ben. You run through it, mate. We've got time. Go on.
No, I think we've covered it all actually. After all that.
Such a letdown.
All right. Well, mean. I'm going to go and have a cry.
Oh, wait. Why don't we do? Have you got the budget? I want to know what that is.
I haven't got the budget, but I have got. So this was a Netflix produced film.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, which
Oh, I
surprised
didn't
me.
know that.
Netflix and Lionsgate Canada.
Oh.
And it did have a box office, but it didn't get a cinema release here, did it? I'm pretty sure
No, I
it
don't
would have been on
remember.
Netflix.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure it didn't have a cinema release, or if it did, it was a very limited one. But the
Well, it would have
box
been a
office
smash hit.
box office take was only 1.3 to 1.6 million dollars.
Huh?
I couldn't find the budget for the film. I would imagine it was
surprises
quite
me.
small, or whatever was probably spent on the creature design.
Yeah, mainly, yeah, bit of gore, tiny bit of gore and stuff, yeah, but mainly
Yeah.
that creature and the
Yeah.
shop scene probably cost a bit.
Yeah, probably special effects on that. Yeah, but the creature, like we said, was absolutely fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Completely surprising when I first saw it. Absolutely blew my mind.
Mm.
I love monster movies, so seeing an original monster was like,
Yeah, and I love a
fuck
bit of
yes.
folk horror as well, so it's perfect.
Definitely. And then I was just going to quickly touch on the music. There wasn't tons in it, but
No.
when there was music, it was quite simplistic, but very well done. I was just
Yeah,
going
it
to say,
tied in with the style of the film quite well, didn't it? It doesn't stand out, and it doesn't.
no.
Well, that's it. You don't want it to stand out, really, do you? So,
Unintrusive, but it was needed at times, and it worked a treat when it was there.
wonderfully done. So,
Is what I was going to say. Yes,
out of 10, what are you giving it?
I'm giving this 8.5 out of 10.
Ooh, nice.
Love it.
I am going to give it. I'm going really points here. Now I'm going to give it a 9.2.
Ooh, 9.2.
I don't think it's quite a 9.5 because that's like God level top tier,
Legendary,
like to 10 and
yeah.
stuff. Like for me, the Thing 87 or 88, whatever, the original Thing, that's
Okay, yeah.
that's like a 9.8. So
Yeah.
I'm being generous.
Yeah, fair.
So yeah, 9.2 is just top class for me. I love this
9.2.
film so much. I love the characters.
I'm-
I love every part of it. Watch it.
I'm kind of shocked. I'm not shocked, but I am shocked that you put it so high. I know you like
this
it a
is
lot.
yeah.
So.
This is like top 5 for me. It could even be top 3.
Yeah, nice. Wow.
Could be the Thing, then this one, maybe.
It is bloody brilliant. I mean,
Yeah, it's class.
like I say, it's got a lot of middle to average reviews and that online, but I'd like to know everyone else's
they're all wrong.
thoughts. So yeah, listeners, let us know, please. Please give us some feedback on this one because I feel like a lot of people, just find it kind of average, which I'm a bit sad about.
It's not. It's top class.
It's way better than average. But like you said,
Absolutely.
maybe because we're English, I don't know. Maybe we get it.
It's all opinion based, isn't it? I thought it's near perfection. A lot of people obviously don't. So
yeah, no, I love it. I could go and watch it again, like you said just now. So.
yeah, we're gonna have a couple of days off and then I'll watch it again.
Yeah. I'll watch it next week.
Just quickly, then we've only got a couple of minutes left. What have we got coming up?
Okay, so we're going to go horror adjacent on our next episode. I did put a poll out on Instagram. Most people said this wasn't horror.
Which I get, kind of.
Total Recall from 1990 is up
What
next for
a
us.
film!
Oh, what a fucking film! Paul
I'm getting a
Verhoeven
tattoo
directing.
on the 12th of April. I'm getting a tattoo, and it's a Total Recall tattoo. So I'm up there with it.
That is amazing.
Oh yeah.
After that, we're going to do The Descent.
Ooh, very good, Jess.
And then I'm not going to say what's coming after that because we're trying to work on something a little bit special. So I'm going to keep that one under my hat for now.
Yeah, it took me a minute there. I didn't know
know,
what we were doing,
might
but
not be
now I
able to pull it
remembered.
off. Yeah, might not be able to pull it off. So we'll
Hey,
still
I've done a good one with our Saw episode, so maybe I can try it again. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. You never know. So yeah, Total Recall next, followed by The Descent. Hopefully they're going to be fortnightly, like we used to. We're going to get back in the swing of it, a bit more focused.
I'm going to try anyway.
Schedules. Yeah. So thanks for listening. Really appreciate it. Give us some likes, shares, follows, all of that good stuff.
Yes, please.
Check out our YouTube channel.
Been a bit light on there recently, haven't we? But we'll sort that out as well.
We have been a bit light on there. This episode will be up on there, though. Obviously, if you're listening to it on Spotify, you're probably not going to go listen to it on
Just
YouTube,
listen to it twice. Just listen to it on Spotify, then go onto YouTube.
Come see our faces
and subscribe. But that's the most important.
Subscribe and share. Share.
I want
us
a million.
around the world.
I want a million by next week.
Oh, that's reasonable, isn't it? Yeah, what we got on YouTube at the minute, 58.
About 60 or so. Is it 58?
So yeah.
I think that's fairly reasonable.
Yeah, a million. Well, let's say the next 2 weeks. 1 million by the next 2 weeks.
Fine. If I have to be generous, so 2 weeks, then fine.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Bye.